if the government, and just gonna start strong, if the government can't define what a woman is, they're not gonna be able to tell you what these things are. Okay? They struggle. If you ask a government official, what is a woman? They're like, well, are you talking about... They can't define a woman. They're not going to be able to define these drones likely, but it is a mystery, the fact that all of these government agencies are saying, what is going on? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to be playing some videos where they're going to be showing these drones. And again, this is not just an AI video people are making or a one-time thing. This is thousands of videos being posted of mysterious orb-like drones. And these are not regular hobby drones. Now, I do fly hobby drones. I have an FPV drone. I've had drones in the past. I've had camera drones. I used to fly RC helicopters. I'm a nerd, so here I am. So I do have an idea of what drones look like. These are not hobby drones, as some people are saying. And you're gonna see in the footage. There's literal footage by the thousands of people posting about it.
Tonight, officials in New Jersey sounding the alarm, now calling for immediate action by federal authorities against those mysterious drones in the skies for weeks now, with no answers about who is behind them. Dozens of sightings reported since last month, including near sensitive military installations. And
that's another thing. They're finding them by military installations, by airports, by state capitals, in very weird locations. But just wait to see what the government has to say about this, because it's just gonna get weirder and weirder as we go tonight. Again, bizarre times that we're living in.
President-elect Trump's Bedminster Golf Club, where he resides. Claims made by one lawmaker that Iran is behind those drones.
Our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
They are not ruling out foreign involvement.
All right, let's keep going.
Tonight, officials in...
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security.
So this is the White House, okay? White House National Security Communication Advisor. This is what they're saying about these drones.
Or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating these sightings, and they're working closely with state and local law enforcement to provide resources using numerous detection methods.
Guys, I mean, this is crazy. Am I the only one that thinks this is crazy? And again, my whole feed on like TikTok and Instagram is all of these videos, okay? So I am seeing a lot of them, but I'm just like, what time is it? What year is it that people are just seeing drones by the thousands casually, and these are not hobby drones, like I said earlier, and we're like, yeah, the White House has to put out a statement saying, these are not our drones. These are not foreign drones from other countries. Okay, so whose drones are they? I'm just saying, are they aliens? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking because the White House is like, they're not ours. They're not foreign. They don't pose a threat. How do you know that? I'm just like, I feel like, am I going crazy watching this? Like, how do we not know what these are? How are we not shooting these down? How is the Homeland Security? And I want to start dialogue tonight. So let me know in the comments. I don't usually do streams like this. How is Homeland Security not shooting these things down? Well, there's a video I'm going to show you of someone trying to shoot one down.
To better understand their origin, using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities, we have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings.
Again, the government, I mean, we can trust them as far as we can throw them. They're saying, oh, we don't know how legitimate all these are. Yeah, but the thing is, there's thousands of videos of TikTok of normal people like me and you posting about these videos, So the government's like, yeah, I don't really know. This might not be real or not. But then there's like thousands of videos all over TikTok of normal people being like, this is above my house. And people want answers. And maybe it is a big distraction. But the thing is, if you have one of these drones hovering around your house, I kind of want to know, where is this from? And the fact that the government can't tell me, who am I supposed to trust? Who's supposed to tell me? Am I tripping? Start some dialogue. Let me know what you guys think.
Contrary. Upon
this is
review
just
of
weird to me. I had to cover this because this is bizarre.
Imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
Okay.
What does the FBI know where these drones are from? And going forward, are we going to give local and state law enforcement the tools they need to be able to monitor, right? Because let's assume that drone activity will continue as it has, and say there'll be more drones here and around the country. Local law enforcement right now doesn't have all the tools they need to both identify the drones and then, if they need to take them out of the air. There does not appear to be any threat, imminent threat, to public safety or to our national security. But I do think everybody has a right to know.
Oh my God, here we go.
I mean, look at this.
Are you freaking kidding me right now?
And again, these are just people posting videos. These are just people posting videos. New Jersey.
I'm a little disappointed that, given that we have a nearly $1 trillion budget for the Pentagon, that nobody knows what these things are.
$1 trillion budget, and nobody knows what these are. Nobody knows what's going on.
Now I'm worried about.
Here's some more footage of them. New York airport shut down. I think that was yesterday. Okay, there's one I want to find. This one. Okay, this one's crazy. This is the one that was viral everywhere. This is just bizarre.
It seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham.
Look at that.
Recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what
this is. A news crew, ABC 7 News, recording this. This is not an airplane. For those in the comments like, these are airplanes. Angels, aliens, demons. I'm just saying. Who knows? But just look at this.
If it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there's so many.
Look at how
people
crazy that
looking up and
is.
making those recordings, because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here in Mendham Borough. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Lee's saying he's wondering whether or not that might be the moon, Tony, but you pointed out it's exactly
the moon.
People are asking.
He's like, no. Since when did the moon ever look like that? What moon? What moon have you seen that looks like a translucent orb floating in the sky? And a news station is recording it.
Making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here.
The moon? Come on, bro. What are you drinking?
Eyewitness News. Lee's saying he's wondering whether or not that might be the moon, Tony, but you pointed out it's exactly the question people are asking. What is it? No. Yeah, no, we're looking at the moon right now, and that's nowhere near the moon. Okay.
So she said, we can see the moon. That's not the moon. Okay, that was a crazy one. Let's keep going. So here's more footage of them. Again, these are just regular people in New Jersey and New York, and I think in Atlanta there's more found. I just am going like, how is there no answers to this?
I mean, they're silent.
So here's more footage of them.
Yeah.
Weird stuff.
So the drones are coming from the inside of the ocean.
After seeing 50
Sorry,
of
some of these are
them
loud.
come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer.
A sworn officer, yes. We contacted state police, we contacted the FBI, we contacted the Coast Guard, at which point the Coast Guard went out with their boat and they reported seeing 13 following their boat. And then the Coast Guard also advised that they went over them about 300 feet and had a wingspan of about 8 feet.
I see one right here.
Did I see the same thing that officer saw? I'm still not sure. What I can show.
Okay, so he said coming from the ocean.
OEM team, and we now have guidance coming from the state, and that guidance does say two different things. First of all, if there is a downed drone in our vicinity, we are immediately to call the bomb squad of our county. And second, our fire department has been instructed to make sure they wear hazmat suits.
So if something falls out of the sky that people have seen, and some of these things are as big as an SUV, if that happens, you're to treat this more than a plane crash. It's treated like an attack on the homeland?
That is correct, because they're not quite sure if there's a payload or not.
So if there's a down drone, which there was a down drone today, we're going to watch videos about that as well. Don't treat it as a plane crash. Treat it as a basically an attack on the homeland. Wear a hazmat suit. So, yeah, weird.
So the drones are coming from the...
See.
People in New York and New Jersey see drones the size of an SUV over their house every night and think that that doesn't make any sense.
Certainly I understand why people would be looking at this and being concerned about it. We're concerned about it too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland.
So they say it's no big deal. We're not worried. And this is the White House spokesperson saying we're also concerned about it too.
Homeland Security and the FBI, my goodness, looking at this, and we're taking it seriously. We understand that people are concerned. We understand that they got questions. We got questions too, and we're working hard to get the answers to that.
So crazy.
What is this? Is this the same kind of drone that they're seeing in New Jersey?
I mean, just weird stuff. Someone's shooting at it here. They're trying to shoot it down with an AR. Somebody said, we're shooting this thing down. I mean, the fact that somebody thinks that's an airplane. Guys, come on. We've all seen airplanes in the sky. We've all been on airplanes. Somebody's saying these are as big as an SUV. These are not airplanes. That is not an airplane. Look at that thing. There's 3 orbs blinking lights. 4 orbs blinking lights. Oh, this one's crazy. Look at this.
Anytime I try to zoom in with my camera.
So he's zooming in with his camera. Look at what he's seeing zoomed in with his camera. And I saw this actually under a telescope as well, and it looks similar.
All the way up to the drone. This is what I get. It has a round, like, shield around it.
Dude, that is crazy. Chat, am I tripping? Am I tripping?
Fucking nuts.
Oh, excuse the language. I'm sorry about that.
Zoomed in, 208. And I'll show you the drone right now.
208 times zoom.
Up in the sky.
That is crazy. Look at that. Look at that. From an airplane. This person's in an airplane. Look at this thing. Guys, here's my point. How are all of these people...
You're telling me...
making this up? All these people are filming these things. There's no way. There's no way. Listen to this. FBI Assistant Director.
We don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
Crazy. I think I have like a couple more and then we have some YouTube clips.
Okay. You've stated that the government is in possession of potentially non-human spacecraft. Based on your experience...
Okay, listen to this very carefully.
Okay.
Listen
You've
to this
stated
very
that the
carefully.
government is in possession of potentially non-human spacecraft. Based on your experience and extensive conversations with experts, do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people.
So he said the government, yes, has crafts with non-human, basically non-human remains. Excuse me.
With direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Crazy.
Okay.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you
Want to
shoot
know
them
the
down?
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
So he says the government knows. Now, obviously, Trump is not in office yet. So he's saying Biden administration knows what's going on. They're saying we have no clue, which I'm gonna watch some of the press briefing later of what they said just, I think, yesterday about all of this, the White House.
964 sightings of SUV-sized drones have been recorded across New Jersey, some of which have even been over critical military infrastructure. This heat map shared with us by local police highlights the shocking true scale of the mysterious drone activity across the Garden State. The drones have caused widespread concern across the nation as the government fails to provide any concrete answers. 964
crazy.
Mysterious drones have now been
This is just nonstop. I sifted through so many videos. You could go 10 hours and these videos keep going. Again, another reason why it's not just an isolated event. It's not an isolated phenomenon. This is happening all over. Today in Atlanta, people are posting videos of this. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
In and around Atlanta amid hundreds of sightings nationwide, and countless pictures and videos have been sent into the newsroom.
I mean, guys, let's just zoom out. Someone said Buzz Lightyear's here. Let's just zoom out and go, what is going on? Thousands of drones are being sighted all over the U.S. and the government, and nobody knows what these are. Nobody has shot one down. There's a crashed one. You're going to see the scene of the crashed one. And remember, the government says, these are not a threat. We don't have to worry. Just everybody chill. Yeah, wait till you see the crashed one and how serious they make it.
Federal officials still say that there's no threat to public safety, but it's doing very little to ease concerns from residents. Atlanta FBI agents are investigating and claim that there is no evidence of a national security threat or foreign involvement. Be sure to download Fox.
What a weird time. Here's a time lapse. You can see all these different things in the sky. I mean, that's crazy. That's the time lapse in New Jersey. Someone said Rapture incoming. Okay, so as you can see, crazy stuff going on.
With Mayor Michael Melham, he is the mayor of Belleville, New Jersey. So he's in one of the cities where they have been dealing with this quite a bit. So, Mayor, thank you for being here. Federal officials say they can't confirm where these drones are from, but then at the same time, they say they do not pose a national security threat. Do you and your constituents believe that assurance enough?
We do not. And frankly, we're getting tired of being insulted. I just got off a briefing with the White House, Intergovernmental Affairs. And again, we're being told that there's we're seeing nothing here. We are not seeing any drones. We're seeing basically manned aircraft. I mean, they're starting to really insult myself, our constituents. And
this is so interesting because the mayor is basically saying to the White House, we're getting nonstop drone sightings and videos. And the White House is literally telling this guy, no, those are just manned aircrafts. Don't worry about it. And the mayor is like, do you think I'm stupid? This is 4 hours ago posted. So yeah, this is just a few hours ago. But he's like, you're insulting my intelligence because all of these people are seeing these drones and the White House is brushing it off. So is it a White House thing? Is it a government thing? Because they're saying they have no clue what it is. Weird.
Many mayors around the state of New Jersey who have literally had these things hovering 100 feet over their houses. I mean, we literally just got told once again that there's nothing to see here, and we're getting tired of it.
So you were part of a meeting last week with more than 200 mayors that was held by the New Jersey State Police Department. You say that you just got off a briefing with the White House. I guess the thing I keep coming back to on this story is, it's one thing for you to tell us there's nothing to worry about. It's not a foreign threat. There's no sort of national security concern here. But then at the same time, you can't tell us specifically what it is that we're seeing. Is that the same frustration that you have, that if it's not a threat, why can't you tell us specifically what it is that we're seeing?
It is. And frankly, you're right. You can't have it both ways. You can't say we have no idea what you're saying, but there's no known threat. You just can't have it both ways. I mean, we were told by our state police that they know for a fact these things are hovering over our critical infrastructure. We had a mayor in North Jersey who has 80 square miles under her belt, and she's got 4 critical infrastructures, 4 sets of reservoirs there. She had 60 drones hovering over them this past Sunday. You can't.
That is crazy. These are critical areas that they're saying, what'd she say, 60, 40, whatever drones over these critical areas? And the government saying these are not a threat, don't worry.
Keep telling us that we're imagining this stuff. We're not imagining it. Our own state police in our own briefings is telling us these things are not emitting a radio frequency. Our own governor has said, with the state police standing next to him, that our pilots witnessed the lights turn off and saw them disappear. I mean, we're having a lot of issues here, yet Yet they keep telling us we're not going to shoot them down if we think they're a threat. We're not going to do a temporary ban. You can't have it every way. Our residents are getting concerned, and the lack of transparency is doing nothing but fuel conspiracy theories on social media.
Yeah, and maybe expand upon that thought about the conspiracy theories, because it does feel as though we've entered a new phase of this story where there is this sense that people are overreacting, that they're actually seeing regular commercial airliners landing and taking off, that they're police helicopters that they're witnessing. And I'm sure that's true. I'm sure more people are now taking the time to look up into the skies and are concerned.
For those of you in the chat saying it's Project Bluebeam, we will look at that and you can decide for yourself what you believe. This video is not to try to convince you that this is this or this is that. This is just to talk about open dialogue, give a Christian perspective, give you some verses. But yeah, we'll talk about that as
to what they're seeing. But do you feel as though that concern and these new levels of reporting that are probably just basic things are because of the void that was filled from before?
Absolutely. I mean, here in Belleville, we're in northern New Jersey. We border the largest city in New Jersey, Newark. We are dead smack in the middle of Newark International Airport and Teterboro Airport, and our residents in this area are starting to look up to the sky now. And every single night they look up to the sky, and there's no doubt. I mean, there's no doubt that there is some misidentification that's happening. We know that to be a fact. But I've had trained police officers, drone operators who are police officers, video things and say absolutely beyond a shadow of a doubt, these are drones, these are not manned aircraft, and somebody needs to finally get to the bottom of this. I mean, it's ridiculous that we have technology that, you know, they can read your driver's license from a mile up in the sky, probably why it's still in your pocket, yet they can't tell us what's flying just above our homes.
So
you got to respect a mayor that just says it the way it is. I mean, this guy's in the hotbed where all the drones are appearing. He's tired of it. Like, we're getting calls nonstop.
Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill, who I'm sure you know, she represents Bellevue. She's a former Navy helicopter pilot. She released a plan to identify drones and then improve communication with the public so they know what those drones are. I mean, what do you think about the Congresswoman's plan? And at least is the idea what needs to be accomplished here, filling this gap between what exists and getting that information to people so that they aren't worried about it all the time?
There's a couple things that it could be, and I'll just give you a few. I'm just going to give you 5 things that this could be, but we don't know. And then I'll give you some biblical things that people have dropped down in the chat tonight and talked about. Number 1, it could be very well a military or government surveillance. Some people think that these drones are part of a government surveillance going on. Some people had said that there was a nuclear warhead missing, a nuclear spillage, and these are government drones surveilling and searching for these missing things. I personally don't think it's that, because why are they like so insistent on not saying, hey, everybody, these are government manned drones. We're searching for something missing. Why hide that to this extent? All right, why hide it? I do believe that, I don't know, something supernatural going on, something spiritual going on, something weird. I don't know what it is, but there is something fishy going on. I do not think it's just government surveillance. So that's the first thing. Agencies like the FAA, the DHS, or the National Guard are testing aerial systems, all right? That's number 1. Number 2, these could be commercial drones mapping for delivery. So like Amazon, they're mapping out using drones, they're conducting aerial surveys, and they're mapping things out. Now, another reason why I don't think that it's commercial drones for mapping is Amazon would just come out saying, these are commercial drones. All right, these are commercial drones. We're mapping things out. Because the thing is, everybody is seeing that. Everybody is seeing the news. Everybody's seeing online. Again, if you watch 1 or 2 videos of this, your entire feed will be this. So that's why I don't really think that it's commercial mapping. Number 3 could be hobbyists or unauthorized flights. Simpler explanation could be these are private drone enthusiasts flying recreationally. Another reason why I don't think it's that, I'm just giving you guys what it could be. I don't think it's that, because some of the way these drones look are not hobby drones. I fly and have flown hobby drones for years. I have an FPV drone. I used to fly RC helicopters. I used to do flips, all of that stuff. I'm a nerd. I got a lot of weird, nerdy hobbies. That was one of them back in the day, was flying RC helicopters many years ago. No drone you can buy on the market looks like these drones. These clear orbs, all of these weird shapes that we're seeing. There's much more you can see that I didn't cover tonight. All right, all of these things, I don't think it's that. Number 4 is foreign spy drones or espionage. The drones could be linked to foreign entities conducting surveillance, which would explain why they are in government areas, restricted fly zones, using technology where radio frequencies, I'm not trying to go down a deep trail here, but radio frequencies cannot pick them up. It definitely could be foreign espionage or foreign countries spying on the U.S., looking at government infrastructure and agencies, which in that case, they would not want to say that that's what they are. Not only would our government not want to say, because they're obviously not in control of what's going on, they don't want people to panic, but these foreign agencies, like let's just say, for example, Russia, just for an example, I'm not literally saying, why would Russia say that's us, all right? Number 5 would be that they are UAPs, which are like UFOs, all right? These are erratic flight patterns. They seem like advanced technology. These could be some type of experimental devices, some type of experimental aircrafts. I personally do not believe in aliens. I do not believe in extraterrestrial beings from another planet, but I believe in demons. I believe in principalities and powers. I believe in angels and fallen angels. Is it possible? Call me crazy. All right, you can say whatever you want. Is it possible that these are some type of spiritual thing? Is it possible these are some type of principality, some type of power, some type of maybe angelic beings? Maybe they're not fallen angels. Maybe they are angels. Maybe they are fallen angels. Maybe they're creating hysteria. Maybe they're creating fear. Maybe the government is setting us up for some type of fake rapture. I don't know. It is not out of the realm of possibility. Now, there are a few biblical texts that talk about these type of phenomenons, and I'm just going to mention 3. Number 1 is Ezekiel's vision of flying objects. This is Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 4 through 21. Ezekiel says, I looked and I saw a windstorm coming from the north and an immense cloud with flashing lightning surrounded by brilliant light. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal. That's in Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 4 through 21. So Ezekiel describes a vision involving strange, flying, glowing objects that appeared mechanical and linked to wheels within wheels. If you've ever heard the wheels within wheels prophecy or Ezekiel talking about wheels within wheels, you got to remember, if you are seeing prophecy in the Old Testament of the future of devices or technology that has not been released yet, you're not going to be able to describe it. Ezekiel can't say, I saw a helicopter, because there's no helicopters. He can't say, I saw a drone, because there were no drones. So his wording is, I saw a brilliant light with fire that looked like glowing metal and an immense cloud with flashing lightning. So the flashing lightning mean flashing lights. If you're seeing, again, a future vision, it's possible Ezekiel's trying to find words to describe what he's seeing. Same thing we see in the book of Revelation, which another biblical link could be, for example, not that these are this, but let me just give you an example, okay, of what I'm saying. And I'm not saying the drones are this. Remember in Revelation chapter 9, verse 3 through 10, it talks about the locusts in Revelation, and it says, out of the smoke came locusts on the earth, and given power as the scorpions of the earth, they have power. The shape of these locusts were like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were crowns like gold, and their faces were the face of men. Some people interpret these locusts in Revelation as symbolic advanced military technology, such as drones or helicopters. If, let's say, John saw a helicopter, all right, if John saw a helicopter, he might say, it sounds like a locust, right? The sound of a drone or a helicopter would be the sound of a locust. And it has these wings, but he's seeing helicopter rotary blades. He doesn't know what to call them. So he's using locust because he's saying, I don't know what I'm seeing. So that could also be some biblical text linkage. Again, not saying that these are the locusts from the book of Revelation. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying the imagery. Flying, buzzing, locusts have power and might be metaphorical, could be military, advanced military technology. Also, Luke 21 talks about signs in the heavens, and there'll be great earthquakes, famines, pestilences, and there'll be fearful sights and great signs from the heavens. And that heavens could also be from the skies, from above. All right? The Bible talks about that. So we know that there will be signs in the stars, the sun, the moons, and on earth, the nations will be distressed, the sea and the waves roaring, unusual activity in the sky. Could drones be perceived as a sign? Maybe that's the case. But one thing that we do know in all of this is that the Lord is coming back and he's not slowing his promise. Now, the Bible makes it clear. People are going to say the Lord's not coming back. We've been seeing these signs. We've been seeing these things. I think that these are all a culmination of things. I think this event we're seeing with all these drones is a mixture of things. But I do believe there is a spiritual component to it. I do believe there's a spiritual component to all of this. To what extent, I do not know. But there's something mysterious happening, something fishy going on. So will we ever know? Not sure. But at the end of the day, our Lord is coming back.